Welcome to the Property Show and thank you for joining us. We have lined up another packed and exciting show. Where do we see the property market today? With the high demand for middle and low-income residential property, most developers are flocking into the residential property market. The driving factor in this has been the need to satisfy the industry and high returns with yields of about 6.7% per current statistics on real estate reports. In general, the real estate market has matured, with prices normalizing in most segments. On our property pick of the week, we explore another prime neighborhood in close proximity to major amenities. The Accessory Spot highlights clock designs that not only display the time but also add a decorative taste, plus an interior designer with tips on how to turn your home into a lovely and comfortable space. Is home ownership a valid dream? Our homeowner is proof that we too can have our dream home. Don't miss her amazing experience. We follow Kenya Power, connecting fiber to business and homes, and of course the Property Gallery, tracking new and latest deals available in the market. Sit back and catch the conversation on all things property. As always, there is something for everyone. Our property pick of the week takes us to three great neighborhoods. We kick off with Thika, a town we have seen transform into a prominent metropolis with modern and unique architectural designs of townhouses, bungalows, maisonettes, and block of apartments. Let's explore creatively designed bungalows ideal for convenient living.
Located in Ngoigwa area of Thika, the bungalow exudes a cool and fresh ambience. It consists of 3 bedrooms, perfect for a young and growing family.
To ensure that security measures are maximized, we have put a boundary perimeter fence. On top of it, we have done an electric fence and a reservoir to ensure that security is maximized. We are in a 3-bedroom bungalow, nicely located in Ngoingo Estate, about approximately 500 meters from the tarmac. Over and above, let me show you the lounge. As you can see, it's quite spacious. It's a beautiful place to live in for a family. We have large windows to ensure we maximize on natural light. We have done tiled floors to ensure that the house is always clean. We have done some beautiful finishing on the walls. As you can see, we have textured walls, different colors. We also have done some beautiful lighting fixtures, as you can see. The ceiling is quite beautiful. We have used gypsum. Over and above that, we have a fireplace to ensure that just in case you may need to warm up the place, you won't have a problem. On this other side, we have the dining area. It's quite spacious with big and spacious windows to let a lot of natural light. In there we have a sink where you can wash your hands, and as well we have some sockets just in case you may need to charge any device. Next to the dining, we have the kitchen. Come, I'll show you the kitchen. As you can see, it's quite spacious, a lot of natural light as well. We have put emphasis on the storage spaces. We have lower and upper cabinets to ensure that you have adequate space for your things. Over and above that, we have done granite tops for your works. And in addition to that, we have a kitchen store to store your things whenever you may want. Let me show you the other rooms. On my left, we have the master bedroom, which is en suite. It also is very spacious, comes with inbuilt wardrobes and large windows to allow a lot of natural light. On my far right, we have the guest bedroom and the other bedroom as well. They share a common bathroom and toilet. On the rear end, we have a door that leads to a garage, which can be accessed from the outside. If you're looking for a home that is secure, in a serene environment, of course with tasteful finishing, come to Ngoingwa.
Ngoingwa Bungalow is located in Thika, Ngoingwa area, a 40-kilometer drive from the Nairobi Central Business District. Educational facilities within the area include Mount Kenya University, Gretsa University, and Braeburn Schools. Thika Level 5, Thika Nursing, and the Gertrude Children's Hospital are some of the hospitals in close proximity. Shopping complex include Tuskys, Chania, and Ananas Mall. Accommodation includes spacious lounge with a fireplace, dining area with a cubby hole for easy access to the kitchen, kitchen with upper and lower cabinets, back door leading to utility area, pantry, first and second bedroom share a common cloakroom and bathroom, master ensuite with inbuilt wardrobes, and finishes include tiled floors, different light fixtures, large windows to allow in natural light. Salient features include perimeter wall with electric fencing, manicured gardens, Cabro paved walkways, and inbuilt garage. The price for the bungalow is 9 million Kenya shillings.
Next, we visit a property in Ongata Rongai, which can be ideal for poultry farming. Let's have a look.
Let me introduce you to our property situated in Ongata Rongai, Ngoroi area. This property is built on a quarter piece of an acre. The measures we have taken in regards to security are: one, we have a gate and a fence around the property. Concerning the water, we have a borehole and water tanks, and we also have supplies from Ngoroi Water Project. Where we are standing now is the lounge. We have a sunken lounge, and we have 4 windows, spacious enough to allow also for natural lighting and ventilation. On my left is the dining area, spacious enough for the whole family. The ground floor has 2 bedrooms, one on my right, one on my left, sharing a common bathroom. Now let me take you to the kitchen. As you can see, it's spacious enough. We have a space which can fit a cooker and a fridge. We also have the top and the lower cabinets, spacious enough for all the requirements that you can need in the kitchen. There is also a large window and a door leading to the yard. Now let me take you to the master bedroom. We are now in the upper floor, which is the master bedroom and 2 other bedrooms. So right now we are in the master bedroom, which has large windows to allow for natural lighting and ventilation, and it's also an ensuite. So welcome to Ngoroi for a serene and secure environment.
We finish off with an upcoming project on Riverside Drive.
First Riverside Acres is located in Riverside area. It consists of 41 units of 2 and 3 bedroom duplex and triplex apartments, spaciously designed for modern living. It is an ongoing project that will provide affordable and convenient living next to major facilities and the city center. Accommodation includes spacious lounge with access to the balcony, open-plan kitchen fitted with upper and lower cabinets, an extractor hood and oven. Finishes include granite tops and tiled floors. Kitchen counter cum dining area, pantry, visitors cloakroom, upper staircase leading to first and second bedroom both ensuite, master bedroom ensuite with balcony. All rooms have inbuilt wardrobes, large windows to allow in natural light, wooden floors and different light fixtures. Salient features of the property will include perimeter wall with electric fencing, CCTV, 24-hour manned security gate, ample parking, borehole, manicured garden, gym, lift services, and common roof terrace.
Property of the week can take us anywhere with great neighborhoods. Tune in next week and catch new upcoming properties. Up next, the Accessory Spot with modern timepieces that not only display time but also add a decorative taste.
The most functional and effective items can also create a beautiful ambience in our homes. Wall clocks play major roles in the interior space. They tell the time, perk up empty walls, and add interest to rooms.
We do specific items. We deal with watches, clocks, pens, but all original products. Nothing imitation what you get in the market. All these products are sourced internationally because they come from ex-factory. So they come from Japan, Italy, France. They are all unique in shape, in design, and the movements are all so good. Even our customers can testify. They last for years, literally last for years. Well, like I say, maybe if you go and buy from a reputable place, you are assured of buying the right product. Because if you do not go and buy from a reputable place and you are looking sometimes for cheap, you actually end up getting cheap, fake stuff, which doesn't last. We do not assemble anything. Everything comes ready-made, ready for the customer to just put it on their wall. These are, you could say, office clocks. Very minimalistic design, and you can see from a distance. Then we have this one. This can be used in a very nice office, and it has been used by a few CEOs in their offices actually. They have loved these clocks. It's real wood, which got dual time. You can see local time and international time. Then we have these clocks here, these 3 pieces. They are so unique. They have got melodies. The shape is amazing. This is real wood. It's very, very unique. I also keep selected items of silverware. Very practical and very, very beautiful. Crystal glasses, silverware items for salt, pepper. If you look at it, it's very amazing and very unique. These are all sourced from UK.
Hanging a wall clock is pretty much like hanging a picture or a painting in a room. It is part of the overall decor. One of the ways recently used to decorate with wall clocks is to hang several similar ones in a row, giving you an art gallery. Placing a dark-colored wall clock on a pristine white or light-colored wall is an eye-catching option. However, for a more stylish touch, pick antique wall clocks. Many antique wall clocks are pendulum-operated, and some are set in picture frames. Kitchen wall clocks are handy as well and are a great addition to the kitchen, plus they enhance an inviting and relaxing atmosphere. For the kids' room, you can opt for neon wall clocks. Not only are they a great way to add extra light, they are also fun and funky.
Here are some interior design tips on how to decorate and turn your home into a lovely and comfortable space.
Interior designers make interior spaces functional, safe, and beautiful by determining space requirements and selecting decorative items such as colors, lighting, and materials. With the correct combination of the elements involved, a space is sure to define style and personality.
Just like the name suggests, we try to make sure that we impress the client. And how do we do this? We get to sit down with you, we get to understand what it is that you want to bring out of your space, and then we are able to come out with a very creative way of how to go about it in order to achieve whatever it is that you want to achieve for your space. And most of the clients that we've worked for, we've always left them impressive, and I think that's our signature. We also go that extra mile to give you products that complement our design. We've got different designs, although some of them are non-specific. But in certain cases, you can always mix 2 or 3 different designs. Like for this show house, we did classic and contemporary design. Classic design is basically a design that dates way back. It uses materials that were used back in the day, like wood, stone in its natural form, wood again in its natural form. Then we have contemporary, where you use modern materials or materials that have been processed or engineered and now bring out a modern look. Like for example, if you look at the kitchen, you'll find the kitchen has a combination of 2. You find the wood, which is a classic material because it's in its almost natural form, and then you have acrylic, which is again a laminated material, which is a modern. So it gives a combination of both classic and contemporary. Most designers will tend to go for earth colors, but again, it's how you bring out the theme, because you can have warm colors like an orange. Like if you look at the house that we have done, you'll find an orange, a very light orange, which is not really an earth color, but yet it still brings out the classic. So it's about how you combine colors to bring out the theme that you want. First and foremost, I believe that if you want your space to come out well and to speak about your personality, it would be good to work with an interior designer, because an interior designer has gone through the training and has also gone through the experience to be able to know how to combine different aspects. I see a lot of people trying to do different colors in their homes. And from an interior design perspective, we use color palettes, we use the color wheel, we have the understanding of color theory in order to be able to know how to balance the colors, because not all colors will work well. And so that's a common mistake that I normally see in homes, and I wish that people would start embracing designers, and especially local designers, because we are there and we have done an amazing job, and I think it would be a good opportunity for them to give us a chance to serve them and to help them transform their living spaces to become a unique expression of themselves.
If you have an eye-catching piece you'd love showcased, the Property Show remains the platform for you. Just call on us. Up next, expert advice on the role of public works in the construction industry. The State Department of Public Works is a major player in the well-established construction industry, where they provide guidance in the build space. Today, we engage Professor Architect Paul Maringa. Karibu sana on the show, Bwana Professor.
Thank you, thank you.
Give us an overview of the State Department and what you're doing and what we should be seeing going forward.
Now, in public works, we basically are charged with the responsibility to regulate and guide the entire construction industry. And of course, you can understand, you can appreciate the construction industry is very diverse. It's about delivering buildings of various types in urban centers, in rural areas. All that is our mandate. And therefore, we set standards for, you'd say, construction materials. We set standards for professional practice for architects and engineers, quantity surveyors, interior designers, and we license them and we regulate their operations. So we issue licenses for practice, so we can discipline them too. We also set standards for contractors and site labor through one of our parastatals, the National Construction Authority. We also control the operations and performance of buildings after construction through the National Building Inspectorate. Is basically the inspector that is going around condemning buildings, as everybody understands, although its actual focus is not to condemn buildings, but to advise the Kenyan client market on good building standards.
Let me take you back. Building materials, you've said that falls under you, and also the construction industry itself. We have seen so many substandard building materials flocking into the country. What are you doing about that?
Essentially, we're working in partnership with KEBS. You know, as policy drivers, we have to use other critical functions of government to ensure that importation of substandard building materials is stemmed. But we also monitor their use. In linkages with manufacturers, we're trying to build that sort of arrangement. In fact, recently we are involved in an interesting discussion with the Rhino cement producers, and we've encouraged them to bring other cement producers in their associations into discussion with us. We want to set up a quality control laboratory to guarantee that anybody bringing in cement from outside must measure up to an international benchmark standard. We also regulate building materials in the construction sites themselves. Remember, the consultants who are managing construction sites are registered buyers that practice in standards. And the practicing standards require that they use appropriate materials. Their linkage is through the contractors on site. When the NCA goes around marking buildings yellow, it's not because the building is necessarily faulty. It can be issues of safety, like wearing helmets and gloves, but it can also be an issue of the materials they're using and the processes for mixing such material.
Let's talk about NCA. What is their role and what's your role, and how do you merge?
Yes, the NCA is a parastatal of public works, and these sort of parastatals are being established because sometimes the mandate of public works is very very big. So we found it necessary to dedicate a parastatal to regulating and licensing, but a hidden money that usually is not understood by the public. Training is actually a lot more important to train than to regulate it. People who are well trained really don't need any regulation. So we've basically deployed NCA in its full capacity to do that regulation of contractors. And what they're doing is they're building a bank of contractors, and they license contractors and categorize them on the basis of capacity. And of course, you see, when you're categorizing on the basis of capacity, then you'll be auditing the contractors. It's like you do competency profiling. So in the NCA, we've opened up a major docket for training the contractors themselves and the labor.
So supervision of construction or buildings that are collapsing falls under you.
Yes, it does. It does.
So what's your take? Why are they collapsing and who is not doing what?
Exactly. We have a national building inspectorate that was set up, I think, a year ago by the head of state. It is nested in public works. You can understand buildings don't collapse overnight.
Yes.
So we've had a bit of an interesting exercise doing extensive building auditing, and what we did is we zoned Nairobi into areas that seem to have formalized buildings, and these will be areas like Westlands Town Centre. They're visible. Hardly anything happens below the eye of the law. Then you have areas like Korogosho, Zimmerman, a lot of Eastlands, where buildings over the last so many years have been erected without, literally any supervision. And we've gone in there and audited about 3,000 buildings. We know the kind of failures and faulty procurement exercises that are resulting in these collapsing buildings. So now what we're involved in now is an upscaling exercise. Currently, we actually hope to have 5 representatives from every county in Nairobi for some training session, because collapsing buildings are collapsing everywhere, not just in Nairobi.
Yes, across the country.
Yeah, and we have a target in the next 2 months to do across-the-board auditing. All right. Now, what I would like to probably emphasize on for public consumption, the National Building Inspectorate is not a demolition squad. That really is not the objective, because we also understand that investors are putting a lot of money into their buildings. And so our initial advice usually is remedial advice. If we catch you early and you do not compromise the law too much and the standards too much, and there is anything we can do to salvage your building, then we'll advise the proprietors. But of course, you see a lot of times when they don't comply, then the eventual thing will happen.
Going forward, the Ministry of Public Works will sensitize the public on what to look out for when buying or renting property. This conversation will continue in the coming weeks. You're watching The Property Show. Still ahead, Kenya Power Fiber Connection, the Property Gallery, tracking new and latest deals available in the market, and of course, an amazing home ownership journey. Welcome back. Kenya Power is doing it again, bringing internet at your doorstep. Let's have a look.
Kenya Power and Safaricom have signed an agreement to collaborate in a fiber optic project targeting more than 12,000 homes in a 12-month project to be carried out in residential areas in and around Nairobi. Kenya Power owns and operates more than 4,000 kilometers in length of fiber optic cable network in Kenya, which it leases to the major telecom players in the country. Through the partnership, Safaricom will lease broadband infrastructure owned by Kenya Power in its internet connectivity project.
We recently signed an MOU with Safaricom, and the reason is we want to do a pilot fiber to homes. We are developing a new product which we have not been offering before on our fiber, taking fiber all the way to the homes. So using our electricity infrastructure. And since we have power in all buildings, it is much easier for us to string fiber again to the buildings, and then we have people enjoy internet at their homes or their offices conveniently. The fiber project is a diversification of what we have been offering. We lease dark fiber to telecom companies. By dark fiber, I mean we provide the pipe. You know, fibers carry information. They carry data. So we provide that infrastructure where data flows. And for data to flow, you need equipment like a pump in a pipeline which pumps oil. So we need equipment to pump that data through the pipeline. So we offer the pipe, and the telecom companies provide the equipment and the services now to the customers for internet.
We are here for a very brief ceremony to sign an MOU between us and Safaricom. When we started about 4 years ago, we had 2 customers. Now we have 6 customers, and Safaricom is one of the biggest among them. We have a guaranteed availability of 99.9%, and this fiber is just an extra cost to that major cost of doing distribution business, and therefore to us we consider an opportunity for all Kenyans to exploit, so that we can be able to minimize and avoid duplication of resources within the same economy.
Today is a really important milestone for us as Safaricom in signing this agreement, which actually leverages an existing partnership that we had with KPLC. They are one of our top 2 or 3 customers as a mobile service provider, and we're also one of their bigger customers. One as a user of power. We have 5,000 base stations which uses power, but also M-Pesa has been a great product for Kenya Power customers. Many people know that we have already started to roll out fiber. So we have fiber, what we call backhaul fiber, from the base stations, but we've also passed about 7,000 homes with fiber, and we've been looking at this over the past few years. And whilst we're making some pretty good progress, customers are all demanding more. For them, the mobility that's offered by mobile phones and mobile data is not sufficient. They want to have, big fat chunks of data coming into their homes, and they want to have it fast, and they want to have it cheap and reliable. So under this arrangement, we will be leasing the infrastructure, which will be built and owned by Kenya Power.
As an investor or a developer, there are many things you have to consider as you embark on your development project. One such critical and important thing is power. As you make plans for your development, it is important that you approach Kenya Power at the earliest stage possible. This will guarantee that as your development project proceeds, your plans for power are also ongoing. And with an additional 5,000 megawatts of electricity being injected into the power grid, you can be guaranteed that power costs are definitely coming down. Plan for power as you embark on your development project.
With a vision to provide seamless connection, look out for affordable and reliable internet near you. With a strong and healthy property market, home buyers find stepping on the home ladder a challenge. Today, I knock at another door. Let's hear an inspiring home ownership story. Come with me.
Hi, Nancy.
Hi, Wendy. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having us in your home.
Karibu, karibu. Okay, so this is my kitchen. I love the kitchen because I love cooking and it's very spacious, so it gives me space to do everything that I want to do.
Wow.
And this is my dining. This is where we have our meals, especially when the weather is not so good. And then this is my lounge. This is the general living room. This is where we sit and say our stories as a family and just lounge. And here is my balcony. This is the main balcony, although we have several balconies. We tend to eat a lot of meals here, especially over the weekends when we have time.
Of course, being Maasai, you eat a lot of nyama.
Nyama choma, yes. And the good thing with this balcony is that it has a very nice view of Ngong Hills,
Yes,
as you
I can
see.
see.
So we get a lot of fresh air at this balcony.
Finding the right plot is such a challenge, especially with such views. How did you pick this plot?
This plot was actually picked by my husband. When he showed it to me, I must say, I could not picture what was going to come out of it, because first and foremost it was fully forested. You could not actually even enter the plot itself. You could only see it from the outside because people had not started settling here yet. People settled much later because this plot is like 9 years old. So we picked the plot based on what we saw to be a place that was obviously coming up very fast. We loved the view of the Ngong Hills. You could actually still see the hills even above the forest. And the few neighbors who had moved in looked like very nice people. Every time we came to just look at the plot, they welcomed us and what have you. Plus, we did not feel that Rongai is very far from Nairobi, which is a place where we work.
Building a home is one of the biggest decisions we make financially and emotionally.
Yes.
How did you start the journey?
At some point, my husband and I felt that the combined rent that we were paying for our houses, because we were not legally married then, so we were living in 2 different homes, was actually enough for us to put towards owning our own home. My husband also works in a place where they have a very good facility for owning homes with one of the leading mortgage suppliers, meaning that they get loans at a very friendly interest rate. So we started discussing that we need to own our own home, and we sought advice from a few of our friends who actually already owned homes. One already owned a home in this particular area. We sought advice from the mortgage supplier, who was very good to us, and we went for it.
How did you pick the architect, the construction team, the engineers, the contractor?
Picking the architect was a very interesting thing, because I have this friend of mine called Carol. Carol had bought a home somewhere in Lavington, and I just loved the design of the home. I thought to ask her who her architect was, and she actually gave us the name of the architect of that house. His name is Peter Opon. So we met Peter, we gave him an idea of what we wanted, and the first step was to bring Peter to this plot. The plot, I don't know if you've noticed, is highly slanting.
Yes.
Even if you look at the design of the house, when you're entering from the front, you come to the ground floor, but you actually still go down to the entertainment area, which is a basement. When we brought Peter upon here, he understood our vision, that we don't want to start filling soil up and having a flat house. Let's work with the land the way it is slanting. So he gave us a plan. My husband made a lot of changes as we went along. In fact, there are times I would come here and give up because I left a door on the left, now it is on the right, and what have you. When it comes to the contractors, we started out with a contractor who I shall not name, but within a short period we actually found out we were just wasting money. And maybe that is the interesting part of our home.
Yes.
Because after that we did away with the contractor. And that was at a very initial stage of constructing this home. So we got ourselves a very good foreman who was referred to us by friends that he's done a few homes here and there. And we actually started working with the foreman, with my husband acting as a contractor of this home. So we just assembled a team of the so-called
construction team, but not your typical high-profile team, because we were very involved in the construction ourselves. So I would say that in constructing a home, you actually just need very good fundis, people who know how to construct a home. And it's important that you actually ask for the few projects they've done and go and see for yourself. Yeah, you don't have to spend all the little money that you have on
contractors and what have you. I'm not saying they're not important, but there are very many ways of building a home without using very expensive people.
Next, the Property Gallery, tracking new and latest deals available in the market.
Flame Tree Park is a residential and commercial development of 364 housing units built in 4 phases. The first 3 phases have been completed and sold out. The last and final phase is currently on sale. It has 100 units of 3-bedroom apartments, each having an average plinth area of 85 square meters. Designed to enhance community living, each unit is cozy and boasts of high-quality finishes with modern fittings, a place you can call home. Accommodation includes spacious lounge with bay windows, open-plan kitchen with granite countertops, 2 bedrooms share a common bathroom, guest unit ensuite, utility area, built-in wardrobes, and built-in ports for DSTV. Salient features include perimeter wall with electric fencing, overhead tanks, landscaped gardens, cover-paved roads, ample parking, street lighting, rainwater harvesting, and commercial center. For this prime property, the price guide is 4.5 million Kenya shillings. As an investment, the current rental income is 25,000 Kenya shillings per month. Sheshe Gardens is a gated community located in Mulolongo in a serene environment with natural beauty. The development comprises of 10 blocks of 10 units of 2-bedroom and 3-bedroom apartments spread spaciously over 5 acres. The 2-bedroom apartment has a plinth area of 91.7 square meters. The 3-bedroom apartment has plinth area of 143 square meters. Salient features include for the 3-bedroom apartment, spacious lounge with balcony, separate dining area, kitchen with granite countertops with fitted hardwood cupboards, highly finished tile floors, master bedroom ensuite with a vanity area, separate bathroom and cloakroom, including guest cloakroom, inbuilt wardrobes, internet and cable connectivity, perimeter wall and 24-hour security, car-broke driveways, and parking for tenants and visitors. To buy these units as an investment, the price for the 2-bedroom apartment is at 5.5 million Kenya shillings, while for the 3-bedroom apartment is at 8.5 million Kenya shillings. Potential rental income is from 20,000 Kenya shillings for the 2-bedroom apartment and 40,000 Kenya shillings for the 3-bedroom apartment. Chumbi plots are 14 pieces of 1/8 of an acre, prime residential plots located in a fully developed area of Machakos. The plots are ideal for immediate settlement and are fully serviced with water, and electricity is also available for connection. The plots are accessible via Mombasa-Nairobi Highway, just 58 kilometers from Nairobi Central Business District and 18 kilometers from Machakos town. The Konza city is approximately 25 kilometers from Chumbi town center. The price for Chumbi plots is 750,000 Kenya shillings, inclusive of title transfer. The ACL plots are located in Kitengela in a quiet, serene and level terrain ready for development. The plots are 1/8 of an acre with amenities such as water and electricity available for connection. It is 3 kilometers off the Kitengela-Namanga Road at the Olutoroto Junction near the KAG University. The price guide for these plots is 800,000 Kenya shillings each. Don't miss this opportunity to own a plot.
Follow us on our digital platforms and let's get social. Stay connected with the latest property news, listings, events, and much more. Thank you for watching The Property Show and happy Mother's Day. Mothers are the sweetest gifts. There is no way we can ever really thank our mothers for all they've done for us. On behalf of The Property Show family, I would like to say happy Mother's Day. The property market has evolved and the bus tour is a great way to know what's new. Register now. Thank you once again. See you next Sunday as we see the next new neighborhood. And remember, there is something for everyone. Kwaheri.